Actually, media reports say Europe could be working on a limited bailout for Spain's troubled banks. According to the Financial Times, officials are considering a rescue only for the banking sector, and Madrid would only have to implement a few reforms. Some are calling it austerity light. But Spanish officials have said recently they have no intention of seeking a bailout from the EU. The reports come as Spain gets ready to sell up to $2.5 billion worth of bonds. The auction is a crucial test of Spain's ability to tap international credit markets.
Spanish culture flirts with risk. But for the economy here, the stakes are high. And as the world watches, questions persist. Can Spain's relatively big beast of an economy rescue itself? Or will it need help from abroad? So the problems. First, the build now, pay later culture. Take this impressive but expensive tram. Regional governments were guilty, and many now have big debts. 2 regions have empty airports, and some have cultural projects which went horribly wrong.
Welcome to Alcorcón, a little-known Spanish city, and take a look at that area behind me. It was meant to become a world-renowned arts and culture centre, but those futuristically designed buildings now stand unfinished and derelict. And taxpayers here have not only been left with an eyesore, but also a €170 million bill.
How quickly did this all go up?
Taxpayers who live here, like Brit Matthew Smith.
Everything about it is completely negative. There's no money to spend. And of course there's much less money to spend because of this ridiculous project.
But it's the mountain of private debt, much of it held by the banks, which is this country's biggest hangover.
It was the regional savings banks known as Cajas, Bankia being the biggest of those, which is now owned by the government, which lent the money which fueled the construction boom across Spain. But of course the building bubble burst and the loans turned bad, and the banks, like Bankia, lost lots of money.
The banks in turn aren't lending to businesses, who then struggle and more people lose their jobs. Spain's economy is not on its last legs, and the government is not waving the white flag. But there are fundamental problems here, which will take years to address.